folks, welcome. Another tournament has come to the end. It's a Labor Day tournament, and I just wanted to go through 9 holes here for you to explain how I played the holes, and it's good reference points, not only for myself, but for you guys, in case you want to tweak my shots maybe a little bit here or there. And for myself, I like to go back on my videos at a later date because a lot of times I forget how I played it. Otherwise, I'm starting all over from scratch because sometimes I don't generally play these holes till the next tournament. So anyways, let's get started. The first hole here is a par 5. There's several ways to play this hole. I would like to set up something differently so you guys can actually see a picture here of what I'm talking about, but I'll do that one day. But for now, there's 3 different ways to play this hole. You can go right up the middle, fairway. It's a small fairway, but if you want to reach that fairway, I suggest shooting a big topper, and you set the big topper up on the fairway basically to the right, and you line it up and you give it full top spin, maybe a bar or 2 left spin because you want to keep it in the center of that small pad. This way, if you grate it a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left, it'll still stay on that small pad. So I suggest full top spin, and I would probably use a Titan or above, power 3 ball. This way it sets you up for a nice second shot to hit the rough pad just in front of the green and roll onto the green. And that's the center shot. So if you want to do a right-hand shot, that's a little bit trickier shot. I generally don't do that shot, but you want a ball that has a lot of curl, probably a katana, and you want to line it up so that it's pretty much in the center part of the fairway is where you want to set your target. And you want to set it as far right as possible, pretty close to the rough. And you want to give it full curl to the right and full side spin to the right on your ball. And you want to give it, just test it out at about 3 top spin. And that'll set you up to leave the ball pretty much as far right as possible into that fairway. And then you can either do a bounce shot from the fairway onto the green, or you can hit the rough patch, which is generally what most people do, is just hit the rough, do a rough bump onto the green. And another way to play it is a shot to the far left. It's which shot I'm going to show you here. It's a shot I generally play all the time. And what I do is use a quasar here with the extra mile. And you want to give it full right curl, full right spin on your ball. And you want to line the target up so that the red part of the target is touching the rough. This way, if you hit great to the right or great to the left, you'll be fine and you'll still be set up nicely for your second shot. Here's a look at it. Give you an idea what I'm talking about, rambling on here. We'll play this a couple of times just so you can see what hole and what I'm talking about. See, there's the center part, fairway, there's the right fairway, and here's the left one I'm playing. I go full top, full right, the red part of the target touching the rough. Give it full curl on your ball.
Perfect shot.
Hit a perfect shot. You can use an extra mile 5, extra mile 6, extra mile 7, whatever. There's lots of room in the front here. But if you hit it around 362, 365, somewhere in that point, and more, you can use a Viper for your second shot. I suggest using a club with at least 170 yards plus, because if you don't quite hit it far enough on your initial drive, you might have to overpower your second shot. You don't really want to do that. Or use a Titan and you'll be fine as well. But I use a quasar here because I don't want to waste my good balls. So I use a quasar, 365 yards, extra mile 5, extra mile 6, will pretty much put you around there. I use an extra mile 6 here. Full top, full right, target, red part of the target, touching rough. You hit great to the right, great to the left, you'll be fine.
Perfect shot.
And there you go, you're set right up for the second shot. So with your second shot, like I said, I suggest using the club with 170 plus yards. Higher accuracy, the better. I chose to go with a Viper here. I was using a big dog before, and it works fine as well. Because this way, if you leave yourself short on the first shot, you know for sure you'll make it on your second shot and you won't have to overpower it. So on your second shot, you want to set the target up so the bottom part of your target on my shot here, the Viper, basically touches the heavy part of that rough.
Perfect shot.
And you can give it about a half a bar backspin if you want. See, it looks like I didn't give it quite enough backspins, but sometimes you can give it. This is a very touchy hole. Let's watch that again. It might give us a different view. It's a very touchy hole because if you give it 1 bar backspin, it'll be too much. If you give it a half of a bar, it ain't enough. So it was really a funny hole this tournament, but it really, what it does here is it gives you a very easy ego anyways. So you can play with it between a half a bar back, 1 bar back. And your ball guide, you'll see your ball guide lining up at the hole. The problem with this hole too as well is it tends to go to the left quite a bit. So you'll have to play with your side spins and stuff a bit there. So anyways, there's hole number 1. Thanks very much for watching.